Hi everybody, it's Melanie again from A Creatively Crafted Life with day 4. And yes, I know it should only be day 3. But here's what's happened. So I had all the photos already printed for this particular story and I wanted to show on day 4. And I'm not quite finished printing out my photos and stuff from Saturday night. So we're going to skip day 3, go to day 4, and we'll come back and do the LA Zoo lights maybe tomorrow. We'll see how that goes. So anyways, what I've got here today are pictures of me making a tree skirt. So I've had a Christmas tree every year, but the way that I had the tree was it was tucked in a corner and you couldn't see the base. And so I never really needed one. And this year I rearranged my furniture and the tree is more out in the open, and so you can see the bottom, and I thought it would look nice to have a tree skirt. And of course I never do anything the easy way. Why buy when you can make it, right? So when I was on one of my trips, my work trips in November, I had the brilliant idea that I was going to make this, and I purchased the fabric online and it came, and it was a mad dash to get this done for the beginning of December. So that leads me into the title for this day. So the song, it's actually a song title, and it's Christmas Time's A-Comin'. And my plan, I think, is to put it here. I think there should be enough space for that. I'm going to use this Jelly Bean Soup Alpha Beans Tomato Red letters. I think I should get that all to fit in there, I'm hoping. Although now that I look at it, it might be a little bit too thick. So maybe it'll be this with a combination of something else. So that's that. The page layout, this is one that has a 4x6 in the middle and then 3 2x2s on the top and the bottom. So what I thought I would do is place this one photo here and then use this big wood veneer number 4 here, and then I do a little bit of journaling in this little space. There's not much to talk about. I think the pictures pretty much tell the words. And then I have pictures of the fabric first piecing together, then when the whole thing with the border is on, and then me applying the binding, and then of course the picture of the tree skirt all completed. I'm thinking I'm going to put this tag in here, and it's okay to me if this overhangs. I kind of like the size of this to balance out this 4 a little bit. Plus when you see the other side, I think it helps to balance that out a little bit more. I will probably put a little bit of ribbon or something out of this. The Felicity Jane kit did come with some. I have to find it somewhere in my big stack of stash. On the opposite page, it's one of these simple stories, 2 4x4 with 1 2x8, and it's kind of an awkward page. At least I find it an awkward page. But it happens to be that the circle I cut out of my tree skirt for the center fits perfectly in one of these. So I thought, why not keep it rather than chuck it out? And when I got my fabric, I bought like a charm pack. For those of you that are into quilting, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And it came with this label which actually shows all the different fabrics that were included. So I thought, why not include that? And that also happens to perfectly fit in a 4x4 block. So then it's just a matter of what paper do I use to fill in. And this one jumped out. It's Felicity Jane Snow and Geometric. This kind of reminds me of quilting a little bit. I mean, it's a little more three-dimensional, but you know, with the piecing and stuff like that. So I am going to use this kind of where I need a background paper for the most part. And then if I want to add a little more contrast, I have some scraps from this paper I used yesterday. And this was from American Crafts Sweater Weather. So that's that. And then as far as embellishment goes, Felicity Jane had these badge type embellishments embroidered, and I thought that they kind of fit with the sewing theme, embroidery, sewing, that kind of thing. So maybe some of those will make their way on to the page. Or else I have in the Stampin' Up! Little kit some of these wood veneer trees. I thought maybe that might look cute somewhere on here. So we'll do that. And then of course I have a couple of the flare that might work, and then some of those little teeny trees from Felicity Jane. So that's kind of my thoughts about where I'm going with it, and we'll see where I end up. Okay, it's all put together. Pretty happy with how it turned out. I did make a couple of changes. So the original letters that I were going to use were from Jelly Bean, and they were just too big. So I actually used these ones from October Afternoon, Daily Flash. I don't think you can get these anymore because I think October Afternoon's out of business, but I did use those that fit quite nicely across. I used the little gold star paper clips from Felicity Jane, and I added 3 of those. So one here, one on the tag, and one on the sampler sheet. I ran into issues. I totally forgot this was the back side of this page, so it's really hard to stick a tag in and have it extend out. So I did trim it thinking, oh, if I cut very closely I can still slide it in and we'll be fine, and it worked, sort of. I ran into issues because it was a little tight. It actually broke the connection here. So I think what my plan is right now is I'm going to leave it. When I complete page 3, I will find a way to either add maybe some washi tape and a staple or something to connect this and make that a little more secure. So for the empty 2x2 square up at the top, I used the black paper, one of the embellishments from one of the kits, one of the embroidered trees, and a wood veneer tree from Stampin' Up. I added some washi tape behind the 4. I don't know if you can really see it. It's kind of a striped washi behind the stripe of the 4. It just felt like it needed something. So I added that there. That washi tape is from Ellie Studios. I know this wasn't part of my original kit, but I did purchase it, or did receive it as part of my purchases from the Black Friday sale. So I figured why not use it. And I just wrote, it's not really clear, but I didn't want to put labels because the squares were so small, but I just wrote a little caption on each of the photos, you know, that this was the fabric, here was step 1, here's all ready for the quilting, and here's where I'm putting on the seam binding. Give you some close-ups of that. And for this one here, I just stapled the embroidered badge right through all the layers, so it kind of secures the circle down, and I also trimmed the circle a little bit to make it a square. And that is it for day 4. Hope you enjoy, and check back in hopefully tomorrow. We'll have either day 3 or day 5.